President Trump in Russia. He's shifting his rhetoric on Vladimir Putin after a new round of attacks on Ukraine, but holding off on any new actions against Russia. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott has that story. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And this is a sharp change in tone for the president, but as of now, it comes with no consequence. Russia once again defying Trump's calls for a ceasefire, showing no signs of stopping the violence.
President Trump using some of his harshest words yet against Vladimir Putin after Russia unleashed a new round of drone strikes on Ukraine, the largest aerial bombardment since the start of the war.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all.
Russia launching 900 drones in just 3 days, killing dozens of Ukrainians and injuring more than 100 people. President Trump taking to social media writing, Putin has, quote, gone absolutely crazy, saying the push to control Ukraine will lead to the downfall of Russia. The Kremlin dismissing his words, saying Trump is a man showing signs of, quote, emotional overload. Putin has repeatedly ignored Trump's calls for a ceasefire, even after the president had what he described as an excellent 2-hour call with the Russian leader just a week ago. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who has agreed to a ceasefire, now calling for new and strong sanctions against Russia from the United States, from Europe. But the president slamming Zelensky too, saying the Ukrainian president is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does, adding, everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop.
So the European Union has slapped new sanctions on Russia. The president says he's considering new sanctions on Russia, but he hasn't acted yet, Michael.
War of words between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Tensions are rising after Russia launched its largest attacks of the entire 3-year war this weekend. Here's the president on Sunday.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all.
A few hours later, the president posted that Putin has gone absolutely crazy, exclamation point. The Kremlin responded with, this is a very crucial moment, which is associated with, of course, the emotional overload and with emotional reactions. Just last Monday, President Trump and Putin of Russia held a 2-hour phone call on a potential ceasefire. Here's White House Ukraine envoy, retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg.
He's done more in 120 days than the previous administration did in 1,200 days. I think he just needs to keep at it. It's frustrating, I know that. But the only guy that can do this is President Trump. You know, negotiations are never easy, but there's nowhere this war is going to end through violence, through killing of soldiers on either side.
Right.
It's going to come down to negotiation.
So, guys, when it comes to the 3-year war between Russia and Ukraine, this is the biggest attack that Russia has ever done on Ukraine. Now, I believe it was over 900 missiles fired between 3 days and 5 days, I believe. That's a lot of missiles, guys. I'm not going to lie. Trump said that Putin has absolutely lost his mind. I mean, I'm going to give my opinion about that later, okay? But when it comes down to it, guys, these are two stubborn leaders who are supposed to be negotiating with Donald Trump. Now, you guys just heard Putin was trying to negotiate with Donald Trump, I believe 2 days ago. It was a phone call and he wanted a ceasefire. Listen, guys, we just seen Zelensky come inside the White House and demand all sorts of money and weapons and soldiers and things like that. Now, listen, I know there were casualties when it came to these missiles. I believe like over a dozen people died, over 100 people injured. That is wrong. But when it comes to the Russia-Ukraine war, guys, you can call me a Putin supporter. You can call me whatever you want to call me. But this is what I know. I know that Putin warned Zelensky in Ukraine to not join NATO, because if you join NATO, that's going to be too close to our border. And that's going to be too much conflict, guys. Now, that's just like China or Mexico trying to set up a border right, by, one of our stations or military bases or whatever you want to call it in America. That's silly. I don't know why anybody would fall for that. you know Putin's not going to fall for it. So I see it as Vladimir Putin just protecting his border. But Trump is absolutely right when it comes down to it. When he said he's absolutely lost his mind, I thought we were cool. Like, I thought we were, like, you know, dying down the conflict. But here's the thing, guys. For some reason, I just know that Zelensky has something to do with this. I just know he do, because he's a stuck-up, pompous jerk. He's a jerk. Now, I know Putin to be a cool, laid-back guy. Like, they might want to call him evil and this, that, and the third. But Putin and Trump had a very good relationship for a very long time. I know why Putin tripping. It's because of Zelensky. He don't know how to keep his freaking mouth shut. He's too short to be even talking this crazy. What's wrong with you, dude? Putin has so many nukes, it's ridiculous. You need us. We don't need you, Zelensky, Ukraine. I hate to say it like that, but I mean, you guys are using our tax dollars to try to fund a war that you aren't gonna win. I mean, let's just be honest, guys. Geographically, I mean, Russia has 1/3 of Ukraine. 1/3 of Ukraine is gone. Let's just keep it a stack here. And like I said, you call me a Putin supporter all you want, but I believe Russia is going to win this war. Ukraine don't have you don't have the cards. Remember, you don't have the cards, buddy. Okay? But I absolutely agree when it comes to Donald Trump saying that Putin is wilding, because at the end of the day, guys, I don't want to see anybody die. And I'm not even going to sit up here and say Trump is right about everything. The only person that we really truly need when it comes to having all of these wars and stuff is God, guys. Love and God, which happens to be love. God is love. I mean, not all the time, but when it comes to situations like this, guys, I'm not understanding why people just can't put the weapons down. Look, you got what you got. We don't want none of our people dying, because you guys do know the young boys in Ukraine are being dragged out of their homes to go fight in this war, while Putin just, you know, chill. He got weapons. He got soldiers. He don't need to do that in his country. Ukraine is them people are really trying to survive out there when it comes to this war. Okay, do not let them fool you into thinking they have a fighting chance. I'm sorry. Okay, ban me. I'm sorry, but Ukraine isn't gonna win this war. But Putin, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill, okay? Please, because Zelensky is a moron. And let's be honest, Ukraine is like the little brother of Russia. I mean, majority of people who live in Ukraine are Russian. Let's just be honest, guys. So hopefully this conflict ends pretty soon, but 900 missiles is crazy. This is the biggest attack on Ukraine within a span of 3 years of this war, guys. This is absolutely insane. This has to stop, man. This got to stop, because now you know Zelensky, and then you know the news and the media. His ego isn't gonna let this go. His ego isn't gonna let this go. So you know he's gonna try to do as much as he can to get his get back, to get his revenge, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, guys. Don't really know what's going on, but like and subscribe if Putin is losing his top. Peace.